Welcome to Goddesses. I'm your host, Blair Minerva. Today on Goddesses, imagine building an empire only to have it threatened by a single, devastating choice. Today, discover how one woman's relentless pursuit of freedom led to both unparalleled success and a shattering fall, and learn how to avoid the same moral maze in your own quest for self-definition. They called her a traitor, but what they never understood was that her entire life had been a relentless pursuit of liberation, not just for herself, but for every woman who dared to breathe freely in a world of constraints. Picture this: a stark room in a Swiss sanatorium, 1946. An aging Coco Chanel sits alone, her once commanding presence contained within 4 austere walls. On her bedside table, a photograph faces downward, her with a German officer, a choice that would haunt her legacy forever. The irony cuts deep. The woman who freed millions from the prison of corsets now finds herself exiled, her reputation in tatters. You're here because you recognize that life's most profound lessons often emerge from its darkest corners. This isn't just another tale of fashion's grand dame. This is a story about the price we pay for defying convention and the fine line between liberation and destruction. The orphanage walls seemed to close in around young Gabrielle Chanel. The endless drone of sewing machines filled her days, punctuated by the sharp commands of nuns in their severe habits. But while other girls saw only drudgery in their mandatory sewing lessons, Gabrielle's fingers flew across fabric with unusual purpose. She wasn't just stitching, she was plotting her escape. A smuggled fashion magazine became her first taste of possibility. While other girls swooned over pretty dresses, Gabrielle studied the construction, the lines, the potential for transformation. Even then, she saw what others couldn't. Fashion wasn't about decoration, it was about power. The cabaret lights cast harsh shadows across Gabrielle's face as she sang, "Qui vous Coco." The nickname stuck, but the stage never felt like enough. Her voice might fill a room, but her ambitions filled worlds. Through the cigarette smoke and champagne glasses, she caught the eyes of wealthy men who could open doors. Yes, she used their connections. Yes, she leveraged their resources. But unlike the kept women of her era, Coco never lost sight of her true goal: independence. Her first hat shop opened in 1910, funded by her lover Arthur Boy Capel. But while the money came from him, the vision was entirely her own. Where other milliners piled on feathers and flowers, Coco stripped everything back to its essence. Simplicity became her rebellion. The fashion world of 1920s Paris dripped with excess layers of silk, bone-crushing corsets, women trapped like exotic birds in gilded cages. Then came Coco with her jersey dresses, a fabric previously reserved for men's underwear. The establishment was scandalized. Women were electrified. But it was more than that. With every restrictive garment she eliminated, with every practical pocket she added, Coco Chanel was giving women their lives back. The little black dress wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a declaration of independence. Success brought its own chains. By 1939, Coco Chanel was at the height of her influence. Her fashion house employed 4,000 people. Her signature perfume, Chanel No. 5, had become a global sensation. But as German tanks rolled into Paris, everything she'd built stood on the precipice of destruction. This is where her story becomes uncomfortable. The choices we make in desperate times reveal truths we'd rather not face. When the Nazis occupied the Ritz Hotel, Coco didn't flee like many of her peers. She stayed. She survived. She began a relationship with a German intelligence officer, Baron Hans Gunther von Dinklage. Was it love, survival, or something more complex? The woman who had always chosen freedom now found herself entangled in history's darkest chapter. If you're enjoying Goddesses, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, Be an Unstoppable Woman. Lead without apology using quiet power tactics from influential females like Oprah, Malala, and RBG. Now, back to the episode. The liberation of Paris brought a different kind of imprisonment. Coco was arrested, questioned about her Nazi connections. Though she avoided formal charges, the court of public opinion showed no mercy. Her fashion house closed. The woman who had once defined French elegance found herself exiled to Switzerland, branded a collaborator. For nearly a decade, she disappeared from public view. The same determination that had once fueled her rise now kept her in isolation. But even in exile, she couldn't stop designing, couldn't stop reimagining, couldn't stop believing in her vision of freedom. In 1954, at age 71, when most would have accepted defeat, Coco Chanel did the unthinkable. She returned. The French press was brutal. Her first collection was savaged, but American buyers saw something different. They saw the future. Within 3 seasons, Chanel was once again the definition of modern elegance. So here's the challenge this story presents to you. How do you measure a life? By its highest achievements or its darkest compromises? By intentions or consequences? Coco Chanel's legacy is as complex as the woman herself. She freed women from physical constraints, yet her own moral compromises during the war remain a shadow over her achievements. She preached independence while becoming entangled with those who would destroy it. Perhaps the most powerful lesson from Coco Chanel's life isn't about fashion at all. It's about the price of freedom and the choices we make in its pursuit. Every day, you face your own small battles for independence, in your career, your relationships, your self-expression. Like Chanel, you'll face moments where the line between compromise and survival becomes blurry. The question isn't whether you'll maintain perfect moral clarity. Few of us do in our hardest moments. The question is, what will you do with your freedom once you've gained it? Will you use it, as Chanel did at her best, to liberate others? Or will you let it become another kind of cage? Perhaps, in the end, the greatest freedom is not in breaking all constraints, but in choosing wisely which ones to keep. That's your challenge now. How will you write your own story of liberation? On the next episode of Goddesses, as Coco Chanel's tale of defiance and consequence unfolds, we're left wondering, what happens when ambition burns even brighter? Next week, meet a woman who dared to challenge not just societal norms, but an entire industry. From her humble kitchen beginnings to a global beauty empire, Estée Lauder's story is a testament to perseverance and female empowerment, themes that echo Coco's relentless pursuit of freedom and self-definition. Don't miss the next chapter in our entrepreneur's journey, where we ask, just how high can ambition take us? Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code, or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, Be an Unstoppable Woman. 7 days, 7 iconic women. Master the art of quiet power, lead without apology, and turn femininity into your greatest weapon. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/GOD. Thanks for watching.